Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. Like and let me know what you think. On today's menu is Nigerian tomato stew. This video will show you step by step on how I made this tomato based stew. Here are the ingredients that I used to make the stew. Red peppers, red bell peppers or tatashe, red chili peppers or shombo, tomatoes, onions and spring onions, assorted meat and beef, vegetable oil, ginger garlic, thyme curry, chicken stock cubes, nutmeg, salt. So I started off by blending my spring onions and onions with red peppers. I added some ginger, and garlic, and I blended with an electronic blender. This mixture would be used to marinate my meat. After blending, this was the mixture I got. I'll be using this to marinate my meat. Putting the meat, assorted meat and beef in a pot, and I added salt, the pepper mixture, thyme, curry, chicken stock, some adobo spice. I forgot to show you this on the menu list, on the ingredients list I mean. I also added some nutmeg, some chicken stock, and I gave it a quick mix, and I left the marinade in the fridge for about 6 hours. I also added bay leaves. I forgot to list that on the ingredients list. You do not need to leave this for 6 hours to marinate. You could just cook immediately. I poured myself some wine because I had to wait for my meat to marinate for about 6 hours. I love this wine, by the way. Poured myself some wine and took a bit of rest. I'll see you soon. I'm back. Let's cook some stew. So after about 6 hours, I've taken out the meat from the fridge and I'm cooking on low heat for about 3 minutes. Came back to check for water and I added, more water when necessary. And I cooked this for about 45 minutes. At this point, my meat is done. I prefer to marinate the meat because it makes me cook the meat faster and it tastes so yummy after. So in a separate pot, I put diced tomatoes, red peppers, shombo or red chili peppers, tatashe or red bell peppers, ginger, garlic, spring onions, and I cooked on the gas cooker till the water is dried. This is how it looked when I started. And this is after about 30 minutes on cooking on medium heat. I went ahead to blend this tomato mixture in my blender. prefer to get the rough mixture. I don't leave it to blend smoothly. This is how it came out. This is how I like my tomato mixture to look like before I start frying. Turn on the heat, and in a separate pot, make sure this pot was dry, by the way. I left it on heat for about 1 minute until it was properly dry. Then I added the vegetable oil, and I left it on heat to heat up. This took me about 2 minutes on low heat. At this point, the oil is heated. I went ahead and sauteed the onions in the oil. I did this for about 2 minutes on medium heat. I also stirred to prevent the onions from burning. I like to add stock cubes in my oil mixture. If you've not tried it before, you should. I love how my kitchen smells when I do this, and it adds a lot of flavor to the oil mixture. Continue to stir so the onions does not burn. Stay close when you do this, and continue to stir the onions and just the mixture so it doesn't burn. I love the smell of this. I love the aroma coming out of it. I went ahead to add the curry at this stage, and I stirred, continue to stir, just to make sure it doesn't burn. After about 3 minutes of stirring, my onions is translucent, and I added the tomato mixture. And I stir in the tomato mixture properly. Then I lower the heat. I like to fry my tomato mixture on low heat so it doesn't burn. Please, please, please just stay close by and make sure you continue to stir to prevent this from burning. It can easily burn at this stage, so just make sure you continue to stir. And I fried this tomato mixture for about 15 minutes. I added some thyme and I continue to fry. I do not use the canned tomato paste for my tomatoes. I just prefer the taste when I use fresh tomatoes, by the way. So after about 10 minutes of adding the thyme, my tomatoes is properly fried. I fry about 25 minutes in total, just to make sure I get a dried tomato mixture. Then I went ahead to add the cooked meat. I turned it properly so that the meat and the tomatoes are mixed properly. Then I cooked this for about 5 minutes. So after about 5 minutes of adding the meat, I came back to check just to make sure that it's not burning. I stirred in properly and I continued to cook for about 3 minutes. By the way, I covered the pot after stirring the meat. And I cooked for an extra 3 minutes because I want my tomatoes mixture very dry. Just look at that. It looks nice and yummy. Guys, this looks so yummy. I can't wait to eat this. So I go ahead to add the meat stock. From the frying stage, everything has been cooking on low heat. Please make sure it cooks on low heat just to prevent it from burning. I stir in the meat stock properly and I cover to cook for an extra 10 minutes. By the way, while this was cooking, I was always coming back to make sure that it wasn't burning, and I also added extra water at some point, just because I felt it needed water. Just always check to make sure that it's not burning and you don't need to add extra water. Then I cover and cook. Please, at this stage, taste for salt, stock cubes. Just make sure you don't need to add any extra spice. Cover and continue cooking. So far, this has been cooking for an extra 15 minutes. And this is how my tomato stew looks like at this stage. Guys, this tastes so good. I can't wait to have this with some rice. And my tomato stew is ready. Please make sure you try this my recipe. I promise you, you will not be making stew any other way. This tastes so good. Let me know if you got on with the recipe well on the comment section. This is my tomato stew and I'm having mine with rice and red wine, of course. Thank you guys for watching to this stage. Please try my recipe and do not forget to follow me on Instagram. It's owls.channel. Please subscribe, like, comment. See you next time. Bye.